Channel. Dane Scott from Dane Scott's Truckers Lounge. Okay, last episode, a few days back, I showed you the new 66 Kenworth 318/13 speed that Billy Parker delivered here, and we kind of looked at it and watched it get off the trailer and everything. So in this episode, I'm going to tell you the plan. Yeah, we got a plan for this bad boy. We're also going to do a little sit down with Billy Parker and do some yakking. So hey, stick around town, make sure you like and subscribe. If you like old school trucks and all that's connected with them, you're in the right place.
I'm watching you.
Let's get this show on the road, shall we? Okay, welcome back. So, gonna clue you guys into the plan. Now, as you guys know, this past June, we started a nice truck show up here in Conneaut, Ohio, right at the Interstate 90 and State Route 7 interchange, and it went very well. You guys came from all over and you made it a great show. So I've decided to go ahead and do it again. So coming up June 1st of 2024, it's going to be the second annual GMC Jamboree truck show. And of course, you guys know all trucks are welcome. It's just a GMC standout. We'll have kind of a GMC row, and we let the Boy Scouts pick their favorite GMC, and that's the only award we give. There's no trophies, nothing like that, because all old school trucks are cool in any shape. You bring them. We want to see them. So here's the plan for the 66. I decided to go a little different route. Rather than the normal just fixing them up and doing it as I can, I decided to include you guys. So here's what I propose. I propose that we're going to look for sponsors to help build this bad boy, and you guys can get some recognition. And what we'll do is we'll have a chart, and I'm going to just put in order of importance what we need to keep things rolling. And right now, I think what I'll do is I'll do the list for what we need to get this bad boy up and running and inside the Truckers Lounge for the winter. Because as you can see, fall is fast approaching. So yeah, it's about 56 today, and cloudy. It's typical fall weather here in northern Ohio. All right, so what we're going to do is I'll have all the sponsors listed and get recognition, whether you're an individual, whether you're a business, and we'll have a big sponsor display with the 66 at the GMC Jamboree Truck Show, June 1st, 2024. So if you guys would like to get on board, we would sure appreciate it at the Truckers Lounge. And Grasshopper, that's his name, Grasshopper, will appreciate it, and we will show him off at the show as the channel build. Is that cool or what? All right, so let's look at some things in an order of events right now, just to plan on getting Grasshopper inside. So what we need, first of all, you can see 4x4, so that means we need a cab jack. Now, we aren't going to find this one. These things are like hen's teeth or whatever you want to say. You ain't going to find them. So just a regular cab jack, like they have you know, all over the internet, eBay, like I've got on the 79. A lot of you guys have them. Just you know, a new cab jack there. So we need that. That's first and foremost. And then we need 2 Group 31 batteries. And we're gonna check out the 24-volt starter, 12-volt system routine. And Mr. Wizard, of course, is overseeing all of this because he's got it right here for all this stuff. So that's the order. So number 1 will be a cab jack. Number 2, 2 Group 32 batteries. And number 3, we need us 8 N65 brown tag injectors. I thought I had some, and I think it was a scam. Luckily, I didn't lose any money, but it didn't turn out right. So at any rate, we need 8 of those because the rack is stuck. And the good news is, I got to talk to the original owner of the truck. I found him via the internet, and I got to talk to him and find out the poop scoop on this. So I'll be sharing that with you too. But at any rate, the reason I told you that is because he told me that after sitting, he parked the truck in '78 because of the high fuel prices, 50 cents a gallon. Can you imagine 50 cents a gallon? We would die for that now. But anyways, he was right. He was fed up with the government back then in '78 and the prices, and he parked it. And he had schooling for being a mechanic and whatnot, so he had other options available, so it got parked. He started it up, or tried to start it, in '92, he told me, and it tried to run away. So he put it in gear and got a clutch, and he saved it before it got bad. So we knew the rack was stuck because we had already checked the rack, and it is indeed stuck. So hence, the number 3 item we need is a set of 8 N65 brown tag injectors to put in this bad boy and get her fired up. So between the cab jack, so we can get it up further and safer, the batteries and the injectors, I think we'll get Grasshopper up and running so we can get them in the lounge for the winter. Okay, so where do we go from there? We might do the starter switch over because it is a 24-volt starter, so we may be switching that over. We'll see. So that might be item number 4. But that's how it's going to go this winter. We're just going to go by priority, what we need, and we're going to mark it off so you guys can see it, and we're going to give recognition and big thank yous to all you guys who helped to build Grasshopper and bring him back to life for the GMC Jamboree Truck Show. Yes, sir. Of course, we'll be addressing tires, and it's possible we may just have to go with a cutoff because even the previous owner told me that the bushings in the torsion bar suspension were roached when he had it, so we know they're roached. And Mr. Wizard seems to think the best way to go is to do a cutoff. Now, the only way I'll do a cutoff is if it's Dayton's and it's going to be the same wheelbase. I'm not stretching. I'm not interested in stretching trucks, old school trucks. I want it to look like it's supposed to look because this is what drew me to it. It's just the way it looks, the way it stands, the wheelbase as it is, all that good stuff is what makes an old school vintage truck cool and restorable. I mean, look at the side profile of this. The tanks, man, they're just the right size. Yeah, we got trains. We always have trains here at the Truckers Lounge. But look at the profile. I mean, come on. That is just old school cool. Yes. And you know what else? That is the original paint. The owner told me. Yes, sir. Yep. And the King van lines that we see on the side was, he said that he hauled storage containers for furniture for the military, for the guys, you know, when they would ship out overseas. I did that, and they move your stuff. So that's what the King van lines was all about. So, yeah, if any of you guys know of a nice intake for a Kenworth, old school, I do not really want to do the oil bath, so we need, you know, a little more modern one with the paper element in it. I guess I might as well add that to the list as number 5, item number 5. So I'll show you the list before we go. So listen, let's hear what Billy Parker and that guy Dane Scott were talking about in the Truckers Lounge. Stick around town. This video is brought to you by BRUNT, transforming high-performance workwear. Ain't no sandals in this here work truck. So just the other day, when Billy Parker was here and he brought me that killer 66 KW in the previous video, we sat down and we just kind of were jaw-jacking because he stayed a few days. It was awesome. He hung out in the truckers lounge and we watched videos and, you know, yakking and eating pizza. And I came up with a new breakfast food special to the truckers lounge. So I can't really divulge what it is right now, but if you guys are ever here and visiting and it's breakfast time, I came up with a new food for the truckers lounge. So anyways, we're going to go in the lounge here and sit down at the booth, and we're going to yak a little bit. So stick around town. You guys may recognize this guy, my good friend Billy Parker from down yonder, the southern land. He keeps taking wrong turns and ended up at the truckers lounge here. I think there's method to your madness.
Yeah, there's something going on.
So we're looking at all kinds of stuff. We've been hanging out and talking trucks and watching videos and unloading and loading. Whoa. Trucks. And Billy brought me the latest project, the 66 KW that he found. It's a gem in the rough, and it's complete. So you'll be seeing that coming in subsequent episodes. We're going to try to get Mr. Wizard over here, and we're going to try to get the cab jacked up and see if she's a runner. That's the most important thing. If it's a runner, we'll go from there. So what's new and exciting, Brother Parker, besides driving 18 plus hours?
That was a long day. That first day was a long day. And the Brigadier with 60mm injectors, even with that's a heavy trailer, but it does not like flat top.
Mm-hmm.
But you know, it did good. It did good for what it is.
Yeah. Well, we've got some killer footage for you to see too when he came into town, so you're going to enjoy that. Yeah.
But you know, it's I gotta have a sleeper back and a tandem. I thought I wanted the single axle.
You mean that board across the seats and a comforter on it just isn't quite enough? Doesn't cut it?
You know, you think a cracker box sleeper small, sleep on that board.
Yeah. You bring your sleeper with you, that's all, right?
Yeah, that's right. Well, it's supposed to be behind the cab, right?
That's right. That's where it's stored away. So aside from bringing that up, do you want to tell us any other little details of what's going on with this latest trip? Or?
Well, it was pretty uneventful. I had to stop and, as you know, drop off some parts, saved a friend some freight, and it was a good trip.
Mm-hmm.
A good trip. As I said, there's some slow parts of the trip.
Yeah. And
that goes back to what I always tell people about gear, and then the gear reduction of 13, and you know, so it did fine, no complaint.
Yeah.
At least hopefully it's going to be going downhill more going back.
Yeah. Well, it's going to be more excitement going back, right? Because
yes,
some things come north and some things come south.
I've been trucking a long time, and well, a tanker you know, you go in to pick up nitrogen, so that was a normal thing. But other freight, you know, is always looking for something to go one way and go back. You know, you don't want to go empty.
Yeah.
Especially with fuel, the prices it is now. So.
Exactly.
But you know, it's cheaper than it was when I brought that Astro.
I was going to say, it's a little easier now.
I gave $609.
Oh my goodness.
Then. Yes, I did. And
so that was last June. So yeah, it's been almost a year and a half.
Yeah. It was $609 was the most. This time the most I gave was $489 maybe.
Yeah.
So that's better.
So we're in October of 2023. So the two main truck stops out here at my exit are Love's and Truck World. Truck World has 3 locations in Ohio. It's a local corporation or whatever. Very cool, and their main place, or their main campus, is down in Boardman, straight down Route 7 here from Conneaut, about an hour. And they have a seated restaurant. They've had this for decades. I mean, this place used to be hopping in the day with a mini mall. They had barber, they had dentist, they had all that stuff. They still have like a chrome shop and stuff. So they have a truck world here in town. So they're always, goodness, they are always about 40 cents cheaper a gallon of fuel than across the road.
Well, more volume. I reckon they make that for it.
But I always get my fuel there. But
so yes, going back 98 miles. That'd be southwest of here. Picking up an Astro for myself. Thank God, sleeper cab tandem. So, and like Blue Jay, I hope I'm picking up a Blue Jay situation.
Yeah.
He always hoped that.
Yeah.
But,
I'm hoping I got a Blue Jay situation with that KW out there.
Well, I told you this is your biggest challenge here, so I would. Yeah, I hope so too. But
if she's
a
runner,
take what we've got. We talked about a few things to try. To break it loose and just give it a chance. Don't just give up the first round.
Yeah, no, absolutely. Yeah, it's because it's a very unique truck. I mean, you don't see 66 KWs around.
Complete.
Yeah.
An original.
Everything's there, and the interior in it is killer. I mean, there's no rips or tears in the dog. I can't believe that. In the dog house, the dash is just the overhead panels have come down. Those fiberboard panels. Who cares? Because I'll make my own. But nice truck. So hopefully she's a runner, and we can go from there. So we've been talking. Having a little fun here, looking. One of my subscribers, Country, as he goes by, from even farther south than you.
Oh, wow.
And Country and I have exchanged a lot of stuff. He's sent me a lot of great old school stuff, and one of them is this. When Breaker, the movie came out, they put out this little advertisement. And they decided to put the convoy code, which is all the CB lingo. Let's see how sharp Billy is on the CB lingo of the day.
Wow.
Let's see.
Okay.
Yeah. What do we have here? Let's see.
Don't embarrass me.
5.5. What does that mean?
Speed limit. 50.
Oh, well, that's a speed limit. Okay. Let's say 5.5. I'm doing 5.5. Putting the hammer down safe and sound, but that's not 5.5.
That Blue Aaron Anderson would be more like 85.
Yeah.
Most 47.
That's hammer down safe and sound.
That's what that is.
Yeah, we can't say safe and sound if it gets into triple digits. So.
Okay. It wasn't quite. It barely stayed out triple digits. Okay.
Oh, what about? Let's see. Seat covers.
Checking out the seat covers. Oh, that's a popular one, especially in the Cabover.
Oh yeah.
And yet the 4-lane, yet the stoplight. Driver, what kind of seat covers you got up there?
Yeah, got some girls in cars seat covers. Some of you guys may remember these green stamps. What's that all about?
Yeah, how much money you got?
Oh, how much money?
Money or what? Yeah, something with money. Yeah.
Yep. What's a pregnant roller skate?
Volkswagen. Is that?
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, let's see. Why a VW? Pregnant roller skate.
Because it's small and
just kind of fat. Especially the bus. Those buses now, those 16 window buses that go for billions of dollars.
Yeah. Wow.
I don't know how many windows. 6. I don't know if it's 60. I don't know.
I don't know.
It's a lot of windows.
I never was a fan of the hippie bus.
What about raking the leaves? What's that mean?
Raking the leaves. Let's see. That's somebody's gonna pick up the cops or the Smokies before you get there.
Back door, it says.
Back door.
Raking the leaves.
Raking the leaves. I don't know.
So I'm raking the leaves at your back door.
Raking the leaves at your back door. I don't know.
Okay. Well, of course, I'm picking the ones that are kind of off.
Yeah, I know you are. I know you are. You're not like typical.
I got one subscriber there. Whenever he comments, he's like, "We gone by." And obviously, that means stop talking. Didn't they used to say like "threes we gone" or something? Does that sound right? It seems like
There was a lot of them that was cut short, and you know, you learn what it meant. But
yeah,
it's been a long
it
time.
used to be ratchet jaw and all of a sudden trees and we gone. What's what is
easy now?
Well, that's obvious. Rest them up. That's always a rest area. Roller skate. What's a roller skate?
A roller skate.
This says a small car.
Small car.
Now I know a skateboard's a flatbed, right? Skateboard. Yeah.
Some of them you just want that typical one.
Okay, here's this threes.
Different areas.
Threes on you, best regards. Okay, threes and we gone. That makes sense. Yeah.
Okay, yeah.
Threes on you, best regards. What's a 10-100?
Okay. Everybody. Maybe I should have 10-100 before we started.
That's right. Excuse me, I got a 10-100.
Okay.
And the zoo. What's the zoo?
I don't know.
Bear headquarters.
What?
Yep, that's what it says.
Okay.
There's a zoo over there. It must be the bear headquarters. So this is just cool stuff. But I'll let you guys capture a screenshot of this because then you guys can look at the whole shebang.
It's cool.
And enjoy it. So yeah, just a little fun stuff we're doing. So what else are we looking at tonight? We got some
our favorites.
Our favorite.
I know you. I know, and I'm to blame. I cannot accuse you of going astray too much.
No.
With a KW when I bring you one.
That's right. It's his fault. It wasn't a GMC this time.
No.
Can I still call it the GMC Jamboree? Which, by the way, is going to happen again this year. This year will be second annual.
Oh.
Yeah. I like the K. I had somebody chastise me. They're like, you can't. There's no such thing as first annual.
Yes, there is if you plan on doing it next year.
Yeah, but technically they said it's not called the first annual. It's called the I don't know, the first runners. I don't know. It's like, really, you guys are going to get technical on me? But we got some cool brochures here, and we were looking at GMC paint schemes. These, of course, this is the Chevy Titan, and the Astro. This must be. I think this was looking at the turn signals. The turn signals are still low, so this is probably 75 and earlier. But one of the famous paint schemes, you guys saw that. And I was trying to find an old overdrive so we could look at that. But the Truckers Lounge seems to be a place where I lose things. I know they're here, but I can't find them.
Somewhere.
So anyways, hey, you were telling me about, we were talking about cannonballs for a little while there. You had a little story about a cannonball you was operating at one time. Why don't you tell us about that?
Yeah, I've told you before the story about the well, I've had several, but this one I actually used in my trucking business. It was, just a spare, and I had a little 20-mile one-way pulpwood haul. It did that pretty regularly.
Yeah.
Like 2 loads one day, 4 loads next, or something. Did that, and it was a spare truck. And I had some drivers that actually would go to Wilmington, North Carolina, from where I am, which is 170 miles, 175 one way, and I'd let them pull the little bit small tanker, but they still grossing 76,000. But see, my dad and I that last engine my dad and I built, or he helped me build, was the engine that Cannonball.
Was that a 671 in that then?
671, and we updated it to a true N series cylinder kits, 18.7, 4-valve head, 2-to-1 blower, the whole bit. We did it all, and then took the radiator out, had it record, put a 13 overdrive transmission in it.
And a Cannonball.
And a Cannonball, yes, that's
awesome.
right. Now, I heard some people that's wanting to do that. Hey, can I do that? Well, I know I did. Shift tower worked. I mean, it was a pretty easy, simple on that one anyway. So, but and most people, a lot of people knows I haul pull tankers for 26 years for one company, contracted with them for 26 years. So they needed extra load, and I don't know who was driving my 4070 because I didn't let, but just a couple drivers drive that truck. You know, that was my truck. Everybody knew that was my truck.
Yeah.
Still have that truck. But we were so busy, somebody had it. So the Cannonball was there. Hey, I'll run to Maxton, North Carolina, which is not quite halfway to Wilmington, maybe 70, 75 miles.
Okay.
So that was, it's okay. I'll run down there with the Cannonball. Been running Wilmington and runs Forward every day.
When would this have been, roughly what year? Or?
Oh my God, late 80s.
So seeing a Cannonball even in the late 80s would have been a sight.
Oh yeah, even then.
That'd have been a head turner.
Oh yeah, even then, yeah. But it's a head turner with those dual straight pipes I had on going into town uphill. Yeah. But so I get in the Cannonball and I take off to Maxton. It's I'm gonna be gone about 3 hours. It's not bad. So I run down, load, get back out on Highway 74. Went over about the second bridge, and I felt it, a vibration, and then I heard something. Ting, bling, 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 bling. I mean, I barely got off the bridge. Hit the shoulder with old Cannonball. I thought I knew what was wrong with it. Stepped out. Sure enough. Drive shaft.
Oh wow!
Universal joint at the differential, not at the transmission.
Mm-hmm.
I'm pretty sure it was that different. Oh my God! The cap is gone. One of the caps came loose. So I'm sitting beside the road, grossing about 77, 78,000. What am I gonna do? It was summertime, but it was getting late in the afternoon. I don't know, 6, 7 o'clock. So I had some time before dark. So I'm just going to walk up that bridge. What's the chances I'll find that cap? I mean, I had to do something. I had to, do that while I'm thinking of what to do or something. We didn't have a cell phone. Didn't have
You didn't have a bag phone in the 80s?
No, well, okay. No, not in the Cannonball. So, sure enough, I walk up about halfway to the bridge, and what do you think I find? It had, had sides up on. I find a cap. Oh, thank you, Lord.
Good grief.
And so, and I knew I had some wrenches in the truck. Back then, you carried wrenches. Something happens to your truck, you pretty much fix it. I've actually known guys, old 8B71 in a cracker box, they'd literally pull in wherever they could and pull the head off and put a cylinder kit in back in the day. Yeah. So, nothing like that. But I found a cap. And, okay, I'm getting somewhere now. But wait, where's the needles? Nowhere.
Right.
I mean, I can't get out in the road, traffic, and everywhere hunting needles anyway.
Yeah.
So I walk back to the Cannonball and get wrench, got a half-inch wrench, take the other cap loose. So I got an idea. So I take the other cap off. Came off easy. It wasn't, sometimes they're pretty hard to take off, but it came off. It came off okay. So I get it off, both bolts on it tight, and so I take it off. All the needles in there, it was fine. It had. See, I stopped it soon enough it didn't drop out, and so. Well, let me think. Now, what I'm gonna do? I got needles. I need needles. So I take half the needles out of that cap. Get a little grease off the fifth wheel, and I grease those half up and kind of spread them out. They probably didn't stay that way, but put that cap in. Then I took the cap I found off on the bridge, put the other half the needles in that cap, got me some grease off the fifth wheel, greased it up good, stuck my universal back together. Had 2 bolts. Okay, so I put one, I didn't want to fall back out, slide out, so I put one bolt in one the other. But I wasn't going to go up road with grossing 78,000 pounds, just one bolt. I mean, so I was looking, I said, this truck has got to have a fine thread 5/16 bolt somewhere. I got to find a bolt. Whatever I take it out of, a bracket, a clamp, there's bound to be one. So I get up in the truck. I'm kind of, it's summertime. I did have a fan in there actually. Yeah. So I get up in there, sit down, and oh wow, looked on the dash. 2 bolts in the Cannonball dash, 2 5/16 bolts. Reach back there, find thread. Ha! Take 2 half-inch, take one out of one side, one out of this side.
Mm-hmm.
But they were about that long.
Right.
I mean, obviously you can't use that in the cap. So I took the nut and made the thread short, like just the length I needed. Put those as my second one on each cap. Came up the road. That's other. Well, I was probably 5 miles from where I loaded, so the other 70 miles, grazing 78,000 with half the needles in one cap and half the needles in the other cap.
How far then did you drive? 5 miles?
70 miles.
Oh, 70 miles.
I was 5 miles from where I loaded about.
Oh,
maybe,
okay, yeah.
And I went 70 miles loaded.
Half the needles in each cap.
And I didn't have, I'd love to at least have a grease gun. I could have put some grease in between all, but I didn't have that. I just had whatever I could have gotten in there with the 5th wheel grease, so that got me.
That's awesome.
Yeah, I call that the Cannonball breakdown. It's not a bluegrass song. That's
okay. Yeah. It sounds like it should be, or it sounds like a dance. The Cannonball breakdown.
It does, doesn't it? Yeah. Well, I was doing the Cannonball breakdown, up and down, up and down.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh
so
my.
that's it. Yeah.
Well, hey, that was old school trucking. Try and do that today with an ECU shutting down or a dummy light shutting the whole truck down. You guys know what that's about.
Oh yeah.
Good grief. Yeah. So hey, we've been having fun hanging out here. Probably a little longer than you planned, but you needed it. I mean,
about a day
you were pretty sacked when you got here, and of course you formed a tight relationship with Blue Jay over the last few nights.
Oh yeah, Blue Jay.
Blue Jay's been the master bedroom.
Blue Jay is great hospitality.
That's right.
Which that's not the first night I have slept in an Astro sleeper either.
Yeah, I'm sure. I just had an idea. I should do that. You know how some of them places will have like train cabooses that you can rent, and go and stay in a train caboose overnight or something. The truckers lounge overnight
experience.
Yeah, that's right. You can sleep on a board and a comforter in the cracker box, or you can sleep. That's a new mattress in the Astro.
It sleeps very nicely.
And that's a big sleeper.
Yes, it is.
And then we've got the K100, the 79. That's posh sleeping. Now we've got the 66. You could sleep with the snakes.
I'm gonna wait for you to.
I need to stop saying that because I keep speaking that into existence, and I don't want that to happen.
No. I'm gonna wait for you to do your magic on the inside, and then I'll get.
I need to do some magic for sure because that sleeper's had quite a few non-paying renters in there. I found a lot of stuff in there.
I don't even want to ask. I don't want to ask what was in the sleeper.
So I hope you enjoyed our little sit down there. I know this video is kind of long, but I thought you'd enjoy just some relaxed yakking in the truckers' lounge and hearing the Cannonball story. You don't hear those very often anymore. So listen, keep the hammer down, but safe and sound. Ready to rock there, Colombo?
Yeah, thank you.